I know a lot of people don't like cyclists, and that's just nature of the beast. You'll never change that. There is unfortunately some bad cyclists out there who give cyclists a bad name, but the majority of them are decent, and the majority of them also drive. So when people say they've got no place on the road, they shouldn't be on the road, actually you'll find the majority of them hold a driving licence and they're more than capable of being on the road. However, I do understand that there is some people, especially with the introduction of e-bikes and with cycling becoming more common, there should be more cycling proficiency tests available for people. But I'm sure there probably is. But rather than complain about cyclists on the road, maybe lobby to kind of have more routes safely opened up for them. Because here's the thing, the most common complaint is they shouldn't be on the road, we pay road tax. Well, here's the thing, nobody pays road tax. I have got my car, my motorbike and my cycle. You don't pay road tax for any of them. You pay a vehicle tax. It's based on your emissions. Cycling doesn't give off any emissions, so that's what you pay. You don't actually pay a road tax. Here's a wee flood in the middle of the road, right at a brow of a hill, not good. Keep it slow and then move over. This is the Kerbeth jump, great wee bit of road. Anyway, so you don't pay a road tax, and you're not entitled to the road any more than anyone else. The road, in my understanding, is for everyone. When you were a child at school, you used to remember getting a cycling proficiency test. That was to teach you the basic highway code. It was to teach you how to safely cycle on the roads. And I'm talking about the UK here, guys, so there's no point messaging me from everywhere else in the world where the laws are different. I'm talking about the UK. In the UK, it is illegal to cycle on a pavement. And yes, there is cyclists that do it, so that I'm not saying everyone's faultless here. But that's why we cycle on the road, because the road should be the safest place for us. And I'll tell you why it should be the safest place for us. Because everyone is entitled to use the road. When you're given a driving licence, you're not given a driving licence to give you priority on the road. Nor are you given a driving licence to use the road. You're given a driving licence simply to deem you capable of riding that category of vehicle, or driving that category of vehicle where a licence is issued for. So if you drive past a car test, that basically is saying you understand the risks, you are seen to be capable of the risks, you have a higher understanding of the highway code, and therefore that involves giving way to people like pedestrians and cyclists, who are the most vulnerable on the road, as well as us motorbikers. So you don't have any more entitlement to be on the road. Yes, everybody seems to be in a rush, and it does annoy everyone when you're trying to get somewhere and you're slowed up. It annoys car drivers, truck drivers, it annoys everyone. Nobody likes being stuck behind cyclists, nobody likes being stuck behind tractors and slow moving vehicles, but the fact is, the road's for everyone to use, at our leisure or if we're going to work. So maybe remember that. It's very simple. Just give cyclists a wide berth. Nobody wants to be stuck behind them. No cyclist wants to hold up cars either, because they're the most vulnerable. Let's face it, a cyclist is never going to win. The same as a motorbike arguing with a car or a truck or a van. We're never going to win. We're always going to come off worst. So it's more about education. So cyclists do belong on the road. They do not belong on pavements. When you see a cyclist on the road as a qualified driver, now that goes for everyone who passes a test, not professional drivers, just a qualified basic driver, that's deemed part of the responsibility of having a licence, is that you are capable of understanding the rules and giving cyclists and pedestrians a wide berth. And at the moment there's a huge campaign about it, and that is 2 metres. So yeah, cyclists need to suddenly move or avoid potholes just like the rest of us do. And at the same time there's a campaign on at the moment, but here's another thing that's very annoying. They've just spent a lot of money during COVID and things like that, they've put a lot of cycle lanes up to help people commute, etc., using cycles, making it safe to do so. So on Great Western Road, for example, they've closed one of the lanes down at the bottom end of it towards between Knightswood and Drumchapel. They've shut it down. Three lanes have cut it down to 2 lanes, and one of them they have made a cycle path, and which is all great, which is all well said and done. It's great, but I'm watching cyclists not use it. Now remember, the law states a cyclist doesn't have to use the cycle paths that are there. They only use it if they deem it safe to do so. But in this situation, cyclists are not using it, and the reason they're not using it is it's just been done, and it is absolutely bogging. There's never been a road sweeper down it. It is full of leaves. Now I'm telling you, as a motorbiker, no biker with that little rubber touching the tyres, the ground, want to ride over wet leaves. It's as well as being on ice. It's an absolute death trap. So they have to cycle to the areas that's safe for them. So what they should do is the powers that be, who have installed these great safety measures and put cycle paths down, is they should maintain them. Send a road sweeper up them. You get the wee mini ones, put them up and down it, make it safe for cyclists to use and keep them off the road. So that's my rant over. I kind of don't have anything else to say about it. I was asked by a couple of presenters from, is it Pure Radio? I need to double check, but Robin Galloway's breakfast show, to go on and talk about it, and part of me wanted to, but at the same time, it's kind of, I don't mind talking to myself, but it's harder to talk to people, especially when there's so much hatred against cyclists and whatnot. I'm not in the mood of feeling targeted on a hate campaign just because there's people out there who hate cyclists. So there you have it. I'm going to put this video up unedited.